Okay, today we are going to learn how to log into Beacon and start using Beacon Cloud Accounting software. So first you navigate to hub.beaconspay.com/login and then you key in your email and also you key in your password. Once you've done that, you just click sign in. Once you sign in, this is the dashboard that you will see. You will see balances, invoice, inventory, purchases, and cash flow. This is just a basic dashboard to have an overview of your company. Okay, now we are going to set up the company. If you are a first-time registered user, we will go through the settings to get your company set up correctly. So now we will go on this icon here. We click on settings. And it should load up the settings page. In the settings page, you will have your user, and your user list, and also your user levels. So you can just register a new user by clicking on the name, the access level, the email, and the password, and confirm the password. And if you want to create the user as an employee, you can do this. If not, you can just untick it. Once you click register, the new user will be created. And you'll be listed out in here, the users. Okay, next we are going to move on to key in some key information for the company. So you click on company, and in the company, you will key in your company name over here. And then you will also key in your business registration number as well. Then you will decide that if it's a SEC registered company or not. This would have been predefined when you have registered the first time. If not, you can turn it on here. You can key in your sales tax ID or your service tax ID. And you can click on your tax start date as well. This is where it will determine when to start calculating for your service or sales tax. And over here, you have your company logo. You can click on the button and you can import the logo into the system. And your logo will appear on the top left corner over here like this. This is just a preview of your logo. So over here, you can decide if you want to show the logo in the company system or not. You can turn it on or off. And over here, you can decide to show the company logo in the document printout. If you turn it off, you will not show in the document printout. If you turn it on, it will show up in the document printout. Here, you can fill in your exemption certificate if you are sales tax registered. And down here, you will key in your company address. Just the address line, the postcode, the town, city, the state, and the country will be defaulted to Malaysia. Then you can key in your phone number, your company fax number, email address. All these details will be inserted in your document, in our default document printout. Later, we will show you what the details will look like. Okay, now that we have finished setting up the company basic information, we can go back to the dashboard. In the dashboard, we will now run through a few things. If you are a newly registered company, you can check on if your chart of accounts are suitable for you. If you're an accountant, you can reorganize or renumber the chart of accounts over here. So you have your assets, your liabilities, your income, expense, and the equities. So what you can do to renumber them is you can either click on edit and you just renumber and you type in the name of the account. And if you want to add a new account, you can click on add account and you can add it through. Just like this over here. And if you are just a normal user, we have a default set of chart of accounts that has been predefined for you. That will be sufficient for most of the companies to use straight away. You don't have to define it again. Okay, now we will jump back into this dashboard. In the dashboard, we will now run through how to import your customers, suppliers, and also your stock list. We'll need to get this ported into the system beforehand so that when we use it, it will be much more seamless. So to import or create a new customer, what you need to do is you go into sales, you click on customer. Clicking on customer will bring you to the customer listing module. The customer listing module will have a list of your customers showing in the company name, the contact details, the address. So in order to import in bulk, what we recommend is you would click on customer import template over here. Once you fill in our template according to the data fields, you can click on import customer, and you can choose that Excel file and you click on import. All your customers will be imported into the system, just like this. Or you can click on new customer and you can add it directly in the system. So just click on new customer. You can key in the customer name and the details and address, and you click save, and the customer will be created. Okay, now next we'll move on to importing or creating suppliers. So click on purchase, and we click on supplier. And in supplier, you have a list of your suppliers in here, same as your customer list before, with your company name, the contact details, and the location of the customer. Same thing as before, if you want to log in and import in bulk, we'll click on here, stock import template. Then you can import your supplier. There's a template there, and you download and you can import your supplier. You can click on import supplier, and you click on choose file, choose the file that you have filled out, and just upload, and you will have the same effect as uploading the customers, and all the list of suppliers will appear in here. And if you want to add a supplier manually, you can just click on new supplier, and you just type in the business name and the address and some details, and click save. The supplier will be created in the system. Next, we will also need to import the inventory or your stock or service. Click on inventory, click on stock. In here, you have a list of all your stocks or services that you are available to purchase or sale. So we have the stock code, name, and the description. So same thing as before, we'll click on the stock import template to import in bulk. So what you need to do is fill in the template according to the information or the columns provided. Once you have done that, save a copy and then click on import stock, select the file and click on import. The import will bring through the inventory or stock or service into the system in bulk. All right, now that you have completed the basic setup of your company, the customers, suppliers, and your stock list, you are now ready to issue sales documents. So we'll jump back into dashboard first, and we'll click on sales. The first thing we need to do is we'll go through quotation and invoices. These two are the basic essentials to issue the sales documents to our customers and to collect money. So what we'll do is we'll start off with quotations. We click on sales and we click on quotation. And in quotation, we have a list of quotation that we have sent through to our customers, potential customers or leads. So now we want to create a new quotation. What we'll do is we click on new quotation, and we'll click on select a customer. This customer list will be pre-populated by the customer that you have uploaded previously. So if you want to search for a specific customer, you can just type in the customer. It will automatically search for it. So I'll search for this RW consumers. And it will also pre-populate the address and details. Then you would like to select the date of the quotation, the salesperson that's involved, and then how many validity days, the payment terms or delivery terms, you can just key in here as well. If you'd like to upload a copy of a source document or a handwritten note, you can always upload a copy in here. Just click choose file, select a file and upload it into the system. Okay, once you have filled in the basic information for this quotation, we'll click on save. This quotation will be created. There's a notice here saying that the quotation has been created. Now what you may need to do is add items for this quotation. So these items is the stock or service that you're going to charge to your customers. So you click on Add Item, and you click on the code. And this code is a list of stock or service that you have previously imported before in the inventory module. So let's say we're going to search for paper. So it will have a list of items that is showing as paper. We'll just select the first one, A5 paper blue. You click on here, it will automatically populate the details, including the description. And you can key in the unit price. Let's say the unit price is 100. You click on quantity is 10. The UM has to be completed as well. So anywhere with a star, we have to complete it. So once we've done that, we can click Add. The item is added into the quotation. If you want to add another item, we click on Add Item again. And again, we search for another item. So let's say you don't know what your item name is. We can just quickly scroll through, and all your items will be listed alphabetically. So let's say I'm going to click on this alkaline battery. So I click on alkaline battery. It also will pre-populate the code and the name. So if you want to type in the description, you can just type in battery like this. And we can put in the unit sales price. We can put in maybe 5, and quantity is 100. And we click Add. It will be added into the quotation, and it will sum up a total of 1,005 over here. Once you know that your quotation is ready, you can click Save. Okay, now the quotation is saved and updated. You can print a copy out. Click on Print, and it will show you the quotation, what it looks like when you print it. So over here you have the customer information, the quotation information, how many days it's valid for, and also the item descriptions. And this is the subtotal. Okay. So once you've done that, your quotation is ready to be sent out. We can download a copy over here. You click on here, you will download a copy to your computer. Then you can email it or WhatsApp it to your customers. Okay, now that your customer, your quotation is ready, you send the customer and they are confirmed that, oh, I'm going to purchase these items here. What you do is, you don't have to retype the whole invoice again. There is a function where you can transfer the quotation into the invoice. So what you do is you click on Create Invoice from this quotation. And it will transfer across all the information from the quotation, including the address, the details, company name, into the invoice, the items as well. So once we've done that, we check that everything is okay. We'll just click Save. And your invoice is created. We can quickly take a look at what our invoice will look like on the printout. So in here, it's the same thing. You will see that there's an invoice, your company details, customer details, and the item that we're going to bill them. And these are the details in here. Okay. You can, same thing, you can download it and send to your customer for payment. And there is an approve button here. If once we click approve, it will be posted to the books. If it's not clicked approve, then it will stay as a draft. So clicking approve will post into the accounting books and ready for your accountants to look at, and it will be ready in the GL for reference later as well. Okay, now that we've completed transferring from quotation to tax invoice, we can also now create an invoice directly from the system. So we'll do the same thing. We click on sales. All sales related items will be under the sales tab. We go sales, and then we click on invoice. And we click on new invoice. And we're going to select a customer. Let's say we're going to select this one here, Allied Marine. Allied Marine, same thing, the address will be populated. You can key in the date of their sale, the invoice. There's additional information if you want to fill in the customer PO, the job time, exemption certificate. If everything is okay, we click on Save for us to move on to the next step. Okay. Same thing as quotation before, we click on Add Item. We search for the item. Over here with the code. You can fill in the number, the cost of the item, 100, and you can sell 5 of them, and click add. Oh, here it will pop up income account is needed. So what we need to do is whenever we're in the invoice, we need to always select which account it's going to post to. So we'll just quickly post this into sales. If you search for sales, it will always pop up as sales. We'll define as sales. And then we'll just click add. Once we click add, it's ready on the invoice. So if you want to add another item, again, we'll click on add item. We'll search for another item, we'll go for this one, add to silver file. Same thing, if you want a key in description, we'll say ring file. You can always type in the description. You can type in the cost, and we can always select the account that we want to post to. Generally, it will be defaulted to the sales account. Okay, once we've done that, we click add, and we have a total of 600. 500 plus 100, you get the 600. Once it's ready, you confirm that all your details are right. You just click save. And you'll say the invoice has been updated. Same thing, if you want to preview your invoice, you can click on print. It will give you a preview of the invoice with all the details, item details as well. And you can download this and send to your customer for payment. Same thing again, you need to click on approve invoice. Once you click on approve, it will tell you the invoice has been approved, and this will be posted to the books. Okay. Now that you have sent an invoice to your customers, you will be expecting to receive payment. So when your customer is coming to make a payment to you, what you can do is you can always click on sales, come to invoice, select the invoice that you have built, like this one here, or you can search for it. Then you can click on this button here, payment, and click on payment received. Then you can decide where the payment has come through. Generally, it will be posted to your bank account, cash bank, and the payment method you can always choose either one of these. So we'll pick bank transfer, and the payment date is today. You can also pick the amount they want to pay. So over here, we'll choose the full amount they're going to pay, and you can key in the reference in here. What is the reference number for the transaction or the check number? So I'm just going to key in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the reference number. Then I'll click save. It will tell you invoice payment has been made, and this invoice is now fully paid. Okay, and it will tell you the balance due is now 0. All right, now we have completed the sales module from issuing a quotation to an invoice to receiving a payment. We'll now move on to purchases. So purchases is where you record your supplier invoices. So we'll click on purchase, and then we'll click on supplier invoice, first tab. And over here, we can click on new purchase supplier invoice to create the supplier invoice. Same thing, we'll key in the supplier details. So if it's pre-imported, a list of it will appear in here. You can search for it. So you type in advanced. Okay, let's say we'll choose this advanced bulk fasteners. The details will be pre-populated. And an important thing you need to do is key in the supplier or invoice bill date. So we'll pick today as the supplier date, and always key in the supplier invoice number. Key in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the number, and we can click save. This will pre-generate a supplier invoice. Then you will add your item, same as the invoice that we bill people. Now people are billing us, so we will need to add in the items that we bought. So under the code, we can type assembly purchases A5 blue paper, same thing. You'll pre-populate the details in there. And expense category, we'll always default it to purchases. Let's say we're going to put this into purchase resale items. And in the unit price, we're going to put in 10, and we're going to purchase 100 of these. Okay, just click add. Same thing, if you want to add another item, you'll just pick code, choose the item that you have purchased, and we can key in the expense code. This is where you post your expenses for your P&L. Then after that, you key in how much you purchased it for again. Okay, same thing, you click add. you automatically populate the page and you get your total sum that needs to be paid. Always tally this to your original document. Then, if you like to have a copy of the original document in the system, you can always scan or take a photo and upload a copy in the system just by clicking choose file and just select the file that you would like to upload. You'll keep a digital copy of it in the system. Once you've done that, you can click save. Then once it's saved, you can approve it. By approving the invoice, you are now able to make a payment to your supplier. Okay, so we'll just double check the details are correct. Now that we want to pay our supplier, we can always come to this purchase. Click on purchase. We just choose the invoice that we just created, the supplier invoice that we created. And then we want to make a payment. So what we do is we click on here, record a payment. So record a payment will bring us over here to your supplier payment page. So you just choose the supplier that we'd like to pay. We'll just choose this advanced bulk and fasteners. Okay. It'll tell you how many invoices still outstanding that you need to be paid in total amount that's due. Let's say today we are only going to pay this invoice that we just created, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just tick the box and you will generate you will automatically populate the invoice. So if you take a few of them, it will automatically add on, just like that. So once you've done that, you know which invoices you're going to pay. You can click on Generate PV. It will confirm that you have selected 4 invoices to be paid. Just press OK. Press OK again. And now we reach to this payment voucher page. This is where you decide where you want to pay. We can choose which account that we want to pay from. Generally, it will always be your bank account, cash at bank. And the method that we're going to pay is a cash, check, or bank transfer. This time we're going to choose check. We can key in the check number that we issued just for our records. This here, the amounts we don't have to do anything. We just leave it there because that's the total amount that we're going to pay out today. So what we need to do now is we can allocate the amount for the outstanding. So we just tick this, take it again, and we take it again. It will bring it balance down to 0. Once your balance allocated is 0, what we do is we'll click save. Once you click save, you can click approve. Clicking approve will start posting it to the general ledger or into the books. Now you have made your first payment. The payment has gone through. We have already successfully paid a supplier invoice. Okay, now we can. Okay, now we have completed our onboarding course where we have created an invoice, collected a payment from a customer. We have created a supplier invoice, and we have paid our suppliers as well. Next, we'll move on to inventory. In inventory, previously we have imported a list of stock or service that we are selling and buying. So if you want to edit some details of the inventory or stock, what you can do is you can click on here, click on it, and you can upload an image, the stock code, and the name. It's all predefined when you import it. So if you want to change the default selling price, we can always set it to, let's say, 100. And we have a default purchase price, so we can put it at 50. The UOM, unit of measure, which is depending on how you want to name it. You can always change the naming convention. You can put unit. And once it's done, we can choose which default account that we want to post it to. So let's say for sales account, we can just default to sales. And for purchase, we can always default it to purchase resale items. Once we've done this, every time you add an item in the invoice or supply invoice, it will automatically post it to the account that you have defined, so you don't have to type it again like what we did before. So once you've done that, you just click save. It will save the additional information, and now you are ready. Okay, this brings us to the end of our onboarding process. This is a quick onboarding process showing how to issue invoice, collect money from your customers, keying your supply invoice and paying your suppliers, and also editing your inventory. And all the other details for the advanced features will be covered in another video. So stay tuned, and we will come back with additional videos.